We will be joining the stream shortly. Thank you for anybody who is listening and anybody who is in the chat. Welcome to Meatless Monday. I am J&J Video, and pretty soon have the host of the program joining us. She's finishing up some stuff at work, but we got JJ Vegan Knowledge. Welcome to JJ Vegan Knowledge's channel. We are all things plant-based. We are vegans of about 2 to 3 years. And subject of tonight's podcast is Eat Your Heart Out. Kevin Hart has a heart for vegans, spelled Hart. And he has opened a plant-based restaurant in LA, right near LAX. Smart. Got to give it to him. And it's all the rage in California right now. Everybody's loving Kevin Hart. They've had lines out the door around the block for this plant-based restaurant that Kevin Hart has put up. I went on YouTube and I watched a YouTube channel called Ghetto Vegans, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. They went in and they did some taste testing on some products, and we've got some screenshots from it. So Jen and I'll be talking about that, as well as Unchained TV, which is a vegan-based television network, and we'll be talking about their new show, Peeled, which is basically the vegan equivalent to Chopped. So as Jen gets ready and gets set, she'll be on here in a little bit, and she and I will talk about Kevin Hart's new restaurant. So hold tight and we will be right with you. While you're here, smash that like button for us and also hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you so much.
Hey, did you know that you could single-handedly help this channel grow by clicking the like button down here on the left? And if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe here on the right. Share the video with friends and family, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we do new videos or live streams. Thanks!
All right, so we should have Vegan Knowledge JJ in here in a little bit. And
Hello, welcome,
hey,
welcome. How is everyone? Thank you so much for joining us. Hi,
hello,
J&J Video in the
hello,
house.
hello.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right, we are starting
We're
off
cooking with grease.
already. I'm thankful for that. Last week we had, I don't want to say anything because I was able to talk in the beginning and then we had a little bit of technical difficulty there, but
Yeah,
let's
let's
hope
not
we get a lot.
manifest.
Let's not do that. I just wanted to say thank everyone for chiming in and joining in. This is our third, I think, right? Third
Third Meatless
Meatless
Monday.
Monday live, talking everything plants and plant based and vegan. And we normally just start out with a little brief synopsis, I guess you want to call it, little brief story um, about our plant based journey and how much success it has given me, and also both of us are now on this lovely ride.
On this journey together.
Yes, it is really great. It's just kind of like I've just made it kind of a passion to let people know about this because I don't feel like enough people talk about it. I don't feel like the media talks about it. And it is something that people should be aware of. As I said, I know that everybody visits this channel, this stream, in my Facebook group, Vegan Knowledge. It's Vegan Do It group, Vegan Knowledge, if you want to join. But the main thing is no matter where you are in your journey, if you don't know this, I feel like even if you're a person who's ate meat your whole life, like I was, it's important that you know the health benefits of eating plant based and that you at least know that, in my opinion, and in the opinion of so many testimonials, it can not only prevent, but it can reverse disease, and not just disease, but all kinds of ailments that we don't even realize come from meat and dairy. Um,
Right.
for the for example, I went plant based in 2019, and it was in April that year. Only after being vegan a month, I had no allergies that I had suffered with since I was a kid. I also, within 3 months, I had no more excruciating back pain that would give me these tight muscles. I had to actually literally get on an exercise bike in the morning after sleeping or after sitting a long time to loosen it up. Um, I had more energy than ever, and a lot of people like have said it cures their skin conditions like eczema. It has cured symptoms and cured completely asthma. It even puts you in a better mental state. Honestly, it reduces inflammation. It has healed people completely of cancer. And we spoke with a guy on the other show that we do, Amazing Transformations. We haven't had one in a while because we're actually looking to schedule the guests now. But Rick McKeon, and Mark, who were kind enough to come on. Mark had
Right.
symptoms of MS. Rick McKeon was at in his 70s and basically just hospital ridden, couldn't walk, had cancers and different things going on. He completely healed himself. He's doing great now, and also has written a book which he was talking about, and has his shows that he does. I mean, there are so many stories like that. If you just Google health benefits of a plant-based diet, that you will just be amazed that there's a whole world. You'll just be like, wow, there's all this stuff that I didn't know about. That's what happened to me. Not to mention the what it does for the environment to be plant-based, and the also the animals, of course, but I started out due to the health benefits, just trying it for a week. So even if you want to try it for a day or go meatless on Mondays, meat and dairy, just eliminating them can do wonders for your health. Things like I said, even like allergies that you wouldn't think had anything to do with it. Our food is so important. And so
Yes.
we also are firm believers in a lot of very high raw diet, which um, J and J over here is coming up with some great recipes. Like it's just
I eat nothing but spinach.
don't
I
sell
am
yourself
spinached
short.
out.
You
I
shouldn't
am
spinach much
I've
time.
I used to love bean burritos, which I still do. Okay, I still do. But lately I have been on these spinach wraps. And I just take some kale and spinach mix and throw some red onion in there and some tomato, a little bit of cilantro, a few alfalfa sprouts, some salt, pepper, and some balsamic vinaigrette. You're talking about something that is luscious. It is so good. And I can't get enough of them. And I'm determined that I'm just gonna live off of those for a couple months. I mean, all I drink is water. I fast 90% of the day, so from about 12 midnight all the way up to about 9 o'clock at night, I make sure that I don't eat anything, and I try to in that time get in a good gallon of water because as long as you stay hydrated, your body loves it when you fast. And I do a 22 and 2 intermittent fasting regimen. And I'm doing that because I'm taking an aggressive step to try to heal some of the vision issues that I have. So, you know, trying to get it done, work out Monday through Friday, do yoga, healthy living, baby, healthy living. That's where it's at. And it all started in 2019. Well, it started for me in 2018 when I did a 20-day fast. And Jen was like, "Well, you're crazy. I'm not doing that." But I am interested in going vegetarian, because I have been talking about that. And we looked at the video that Woody Harrelson's in,
Raw
and
food
Jen,
healing.
raw food healing, yeah. And then Jen said, "Listen, I'm feeling pretty good about that being a direction that I definitely personally want to go." And I said, "Me too." And we did it. And I lasted about 2 weeks and she kept going with it and has not looked back since. Now, I went on ahead and continued to eat meat and dairy probably for about another year. And then in 2020, she showed me Gary Yourofsky's video, one of the most important speeches you'll ever hear or listen to, or something like that. And I swear that changed me. I saw the way that they were literally abusing the animals that were going up for slaughter. And it was like, wow, not only is it not good for me, but I don't want to support this industry, honestly. And I have not had meat since, and that was in the spring of 2020. So I've officially been vegetarian, not vegan all the way, vegetarian for 2 years. And then just recently, a couple months ago, I wiped out all dairy but pizza. I will say that I did give up dairy. I drink almond milk, and if it's a vegan version of it, that's what I have. But regular pizza, I just couldn't resist it for months, up until maybe what, Jen, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of months, but it's been a long time, longer than you've ever went without pizza. And I don't know if you guys saw the picture on Facebook, if anybody's here from my group, but I made this really, really good pizza. Um, out of the diet pizza, but we're trying different things, and I'm like, you know, that's one of the reasons that I don't disagree with some of the replacement products, because sometimes if it's a comfort food and that's going to help you transform or not, and when you want pizza, you want a good pizza. If you can find a good vegan pizza, then that is what can sometimes get you through.
Yeah.
I went without any really even knowing this whole world of plant-based products. And I mean, whole food plant-based is obviously best for our health. But when you want something, you want to know that that option is there, because like me, I was 42 when I went plant-based. So I had a lot of preconceived things that I liked and really love to eat, and they had memories of your childhood, which your mom or your grandmom had with you. You want to sometimes have that stuff, and you can have it. They have vegan versions of everything that's a heck of a lot better now than it was years ago. They've really perfected this stuff. um
We
and the
got a lot of it from the Gary Yourofsky video. There was a section in there where he literally lays down a good foundation. He names some brands, some things
Furky.
that they had: Tofurky, Gardein, Morningstar. There's a lot of places that, well, not so much more, but Gardein really owns that space. And then you've got
Beyond.
things like Beyond Meat. Beyond Everybody's into Beyond Meat, the Impossible. And Jen and I have agreed that we like Beyond better than Impossible. Which, Jen, that's actually a really good segue into tonight's live stream. Kevin Hart
Before,
vegan has actually.
really quick
Oh, go
before
ahead.
we get, I just wanted to say before we get started into that, I wanted to say that the fact that you feel so passionate about that video, the Gary Yorovsky, and
Yeah.
we'll share that in the comments here later on too. The link to that video if you're wanting some motivation. And then the other thing I'm going to share is the raw food healing, because that was the one that changed me, and that's why I think we're both so passionate about coming on here, because if somebody happens to catch a glimpse of this, maybe on one of the vegan pages that I shared it on, or they've come on from someone I've shared it with at work, or someone that you've shared it with on your channel, and they come on here and just happen to see this, or they come across looking up something else that we might have, they're looking for, like maybe they're looking for meat and they see Beyond Meat and they wonder what that is. Anything, this video could be that one little catalyst that pushes someone to heal themselves and to feel better than ever and to get rid of a disease that they've been dealing with. And I think that's why we're so passionate about coming on here every week and posting things and recipes and different things. You don't necessarily have to eat just spinach, but it's good if you can. But yeah, go ahead. Let's do it. Let's talk about Kevin Hart, because I found this on Unchained TV, which is a new plant-based TV station. All right, take it away, J and J.
Well, no, this is. I'm just saying that we saw Kevin Hart. We watched it on there, and so today I went looking for the video, and I ran into this review from this channel called Ghetto Vegans,
I
and
love it.
I couldn't stop watching it. And it was really cool because what they ended up doing was they took a visit to Kevin Hart's restaurant in LA called Hart House.
We love the name of
It's
that, don't we?
I love it. I was doing all kinds of puns, wasn't I? I said Kevin Hart. Well, he's got the neon sign in there that says "Eat Your Heart Out." Obviously, all of them spelled Hart.
Don't start me
Um,
on the puns.
I said some earlier. I said Kevin has a heart for vegans. I said Kevin has a healthy heart. I was thinking all kinds of names for this live stream.
It'll be
And
hard
then.
not to eat one of those burgers. Oh, that's not quite the right one.
But we settled on the one that he has the sign in his restaurant, which is "Eat Your Heart Out" as the name for the show. But this is the
Don't be
outside of
heartless
the.
and eat animals. Oh, sorry.
Ah, they're endless.
One
They're
more, one more.
endless.
They are endless
They're
puns
endless.
around here.
We're punalicious, right? But this is right near LAX. Apparently, they have plans to open one in Hollywood pretty soon. And Ghetto Vegans went through there and they did a review. Now, I don't want to get any type of copyright issues for Jen, so we didn't use any of their video clips, but we did, we do have some pictures from it. So they actually went inside. Let's see what we got here.
It is a really cool looking spot too. Like, it's a
Look at
fast food
that.
spot.
It's a
And
fast food vegan spot. It's long overdue, isn't it, Jen?
yeah, we've been talking about this for years. Like, sometimes, you're out and about and you just want something, or you want one of those comfort foods. It's a shame that I have one or two options, and that's if there's one or two options other than grabbing a salad. Like, there's so much stuff that I do feel like, and I may not be alive to see it, but I feel like at some point, because of animal welfare, because of all the pandemics stem around eating meat, all of the diseases and things, it is so good to have people that might not even ever think about being plant-based, if they take a minute and make a plant-based choice just because of Kevin Hart, or they see that burger, Beyond Burger, on their other menu, and they make that choice, that's saving one animal. There's people that think, I don't like that Hellman's makes vegan mayo. Well, I do, because maybe if we buy enough vegan mayo, it'll be cheaper for them to make that rather than the regular mayo that's hurting the cows. you know, and
Absolutely.
start choosing that. So this food
Look, you
looks
gotta
so
love
good
that.
though.
You gotta love that. Look at this place. I mean, this is the future of fast food. If Kevin Hart can pull this off, hopefully this will change how we know fast food today in America.
Exactly. And we watched
Yeah, standard American diet sucks, and if we can go to something like this, no shade on Mickey D's because I love Mickey D's. They still have some plant based options, but we need fast food vegan restaurants. We really do.
because that's the way it's going to become mainstream. Like, not
Right.
everybody's going to want to go as strict as I did and say, "Oh, I'm going to eat all raw vegetables." I'm not going to a lot of people are not even going to want to try that because they think like I did. We talked about this last time. Hi, Ro. Glad to see you are here and not
You made
underwater.
it. I just sent her the link to the stream a little while ago. I was hoping that she would make it. Hi, baby girl. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. Hopefully there wasn't too much damage.
Yeah, it looked pretty scary. On the pictures we saw. A couple of people that I know sent me some pictures of a tree cut in half, like the power lines were down.
Crazy.
Jessica, if you're listening, um, we're glad you're doing well. And everybody hopefully is safe. I saw a lot of people mark themselves safe. We're filming this if you're looking at a replay during the hurricane that was coming to Florida. No power for 6 days, she said. Wow.
Good God Almighty. Crazy. Well, it's good that you guys made it through that. You weathered the storm, right? And kept it moving. And as crazy as that time was, just like anything else, it came to pass eventually. So now it's time to just keep moving forward and be I'm so happy that you guys made it through and that it wasn't as bad as what might have been anticipated. This is the inside of Kevin Hart's restaurant. It is a vegan fast food restaurant called Hart House, and he has successfully segued vegan food into the fast food world, into that space. So this is
And
the
his
inside of
goal
his
is to come
restaurant.
into neighborhoods that are traditionally not people who will choose vegan, lower income, because a lot of people have the misconception that it's expensive to eat vegan. And I love that because vegetables are actually cheaper than meat, but that's not the, you know what I mean? That's not the norm. So,
Well, and it's funny too. I'm glad you said that, because this couple here, they did they they did something. Where are all the pictures that Restream is such. I loaded a lot more pictures than that. I had one of their menu, but apparently what he's done is he has made this extremely affordable. Like one of his meals comes with the sandwich, the fries, and the drink for like $11.
that's
So
great. And one lady on the special that we watched even said it. She said, "Yeah, not maybe fast food's not the best, but eating this fast food rather than the traditional meat fast food and dairy. He's got milkshakes there. He's got burgers, chicken tenders, chicken sandwich. I mean, it's a really if you check it out, it's a good looking menu. Everything is vegan there and everything is fast food. And that is just great to give people that option.
they got a milkshake in this. They got what they did was they went in and they bought a little bit of everything. They bought some of his chicken nuggets. They got a spicy chicken sandwich. He also offers everything that he has in regular. He offers a spicy version of it as well. They got a spicy chicken sandwich, a regular chicken sandwich, a regular burger, and then I think maybe even a burger with some spice or something. And they got some chicken nuggets and they got a shake. So they got a little bit of everything. And this is them sampling it, and I got some pictures of. Look at that.
That is good
That's
looking
the
stuff.
that's the burger, and I think
And
that
that
might be.
bun, if you saw that
Yeah.
live, speaking of that real quick before I forget, before you go into that burger, I wish I was going into that right now,
That
but
makes me want a Beyond Burger so bad.
me too. I think we should. Denny's has. Okay. Um, there goes the spinach
Hmm.
wrap. I'm just kidding. Maybe tonight. It is Meatless Monday, right? So we could be meatless
Yeah,
in
right.
Seattle. But um, what was I
She's
gonna
gonna
say? Now
make me order a burger.
I got thinking about this burger. Meet me at the burgers. Oh, Unchained TV. Okay, that is a all vegan network that we saw this special on because I honestly had never seen like a up close and personal other than the review there that you see. It interviews. They're there live. Unchained TV is like a plant-based news network, and they also or not even news, but they have all plant-based shows, and they've got a new show called Peeled, which we'll talk about later, which is like a chopped for vegans, so vegan cooking, which I'm happy about. But man,
Yes.
that pickle on that burger and that vegan cheese, that looks so good.
Now she did mention that some of it was really greasy, which we know from Beyond that tends to happen with the now that's the chicken sandwich.
I hate to say it, but that's what people are looking for in fast
and
food.
and hey, they didn't have a problem with it. They said, listen, that's probably the only drawback, that it was maybe a little bit too greasy, but it tasted phenomenal. And those are the chicken nuggets, and as you can see, they look like McDonald's nuggets. And I mean, they really made me hungry. They just went through and just started tasting everything. There's Kevin Hart standing
Go
there in the
subscribe to
restaurant.
their channel, Ghetto Vegan. I love it.
Yeah. And then that was the shot of that, and that's them. So yeah, yeah, they went on, and they now that's another shot of the the plain chicken sandwich. It looks like it's got a little bit of a pickle
Look
on
at that
there.
nail. I love it.
I know, right?
The chicken sandwich. That must be the spicy one, it looks like.
Yeah, but that's I actually put a link to this video if you want to watch it. There is a link to this actual video right in the description of this stream. So if you want to watch that full video, the link is right there for you. And I'm telling you, I'm warning you first though, it will make you hungry. I almost was like, I need to grab a burger, something. There's who makes the ultimate chicken patty, Jen? Is that Gardein?
That's Gardein, and they used to have just chicken patties, and well, not chicken patties, but they had the tenders. But then they came out with this ultimate version, and I mean, the ultimate is the
It's
ultimate
so
nuggets,
good.
the ultimate patties, and the ultimate tenders. I'm
Tastes like
telling you,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. You take one of those patties, put it on a
Put it
bun
on
with
Dave's
pickle.
buns because they're
Oh,
vegan,
that's it. I'm
and
telling you.
it is so good. This right here, they mention in this video, not only is his stuff at a lower price point, but it also is all house made.
Oh, that's great.
It's all in-house made. So everything that you see there is made in-house. They're not getting anything frozen. They're not going out buying, getting a contract with Gardein and selling Gardein stuff. That's all in-house made stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Heart in the house.
So you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
That is looking so good.
Shout
Thank
out
you
to
for
Kevin
loading those
Hart.
pics in. Who else is here? Is anyone else here? Go ahead and comment where you're from or comment anything. If you're watching the replay of this, tell us about your journey. Tell us, have you heard of this restaurant? Do you watch Unchained TV?
And don't forget to smash the like button. And if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Share it on all forms of social media. We got to get the word out about this plant-based diet because it's going to change lives.
That's right. And we're new at this. Well, J&J Video is not new at this. Speaking of that, this is a good time to let them know about tomorrow is Takeover Tuesday or
Takeover Tuesday. Thank you,
Tuesday
Ro, for all the
Takeover.
shout outs too on TikTok. I really do appreciate that. She is giving my channel a lot of shout outs. Jen today went ballistic on one of her Facebook groups, and ended up pulling in 10 new subscribers. So thank you guys for everybody who went out today and subscribed to J&J video. I believe we're at like 573 now.
10
So
and counting, right?
yep,
Let
yep.
me check it now.
We
Let's
have
see where we are.
564 for a long time. So the fact that you went out and petitioned and got people to come in and subscribe, I really appreciate that. And we ended up pulling 9 out of that. So that works.
That is great. And you know what? We might even be higher than that now. Let me check. Let's just see really
I
quick.
can go over to YouTube Studio real quick.
Yep, we're still there. It's okay. We're
Yep.
gonna get. We're
Hey,
gonna.
hey, it's 9 more than we had for 3 weeks.
And that
Because
post is
you
gonna be
grow and
out
then you
there
get
for a
to a
while.
plateau,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
it's time to do something else, and time to campaigns. That's how it grows, and you have to stay consistent. Nikki Starr told me that you have to stay consistent with putting out content, and I've been really focused on TikTok lately, which I think I'm up to about 50 followers now on there.
Go
So,
like
and
her
I
on
started
TikTok.
out.
Oh, I love that video you shared this morning. The motivational one. You do
I
such great
felt that.
content.
I just felt that. I got up this morning and it was on my heart. And I felt the need to universe used me in that way this morning. Somebody must have needed to hear that. So I'm glad I was able to make it. And if it affected anybody in a good way, then that's what it's there for, you know.
Exactly. And I think that is the same thing we were talking about with the plant based. Sometimes you need a little motivation and that I know I needed that this morning and I'm sure a lot of people did and I sent it to some people who I thought it would really help. And so I'm glad that you post that kind of stuff. That's not necessarily what we're going to be talking about on Takeover Tuesday. We do 90-day wait, not 9, is it? No, we were doing Pedro Chantel. Now it is Happily Ever After, right? Or no, that's Thursday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is 90 Day Fiance, right?
Tomorrow? I think, doesn't it come on tonight, Single
I
Life?
mean, but what did we talk about on Tuesdays?
Yeah, well, we were talking about Pedro and Chantel, but yeah, it's Happily Ever After 90 Day Fiance.
Okay, got it.
And a little bit of everything else,
Yeah,
60 days in.
that's our new thing, 60 days in.
60 days in, we're gonna probably hit up a little bit of the Single
UK,
Life, UK, yeah. All things 90 day will be
if you
talked
like
about
reality
tomorrow.
TV, come on. Because I know it's not like, it's not documentary stuff, but sometimes our mind needs a break. And I love watching other people's drama.
You and me both,
I
honey. You and
totally
me
get
both.
into those reality shows. I'm like, as I've gotten like older, I'm just like, I don't know what it is. It's just kind of like a good release for me, because I'm always thinking about changing the world
Well, it gets you
and
out of your
birthday.
own drama, you know? Watch somebody else's drama. It's very therapeutic.
Definitely. So that is great. And then the other thing, do we have any more? Anybody want anything else to say about? Have anything else to say about this? Kevin Hart vegan fast food. If you're watching this video, I'd love to hear in the comments. What do you think about vegan fast food? Because people are of two different opinions all the time about that. Like sometimes they feel that it's a good thing to have vegan fast food, and some people are totally against it. They're like, "Oh, we shouldn't be promoting, plant-based meat in any way." I'm on the opinion side that I think if we're going to get the average person to think about plant-based that is not interested in their health necessarily. They might not be interested in animal welfare, but if we can make them choose a Beyond Burger over the regular traditional burger, if we have them buying Beyond Meat, if we can, promote that and lower the price and drive it down by purchasing that stuff, we're going to be saving an animal. We're going to be saving somebody's health, even.
We're going to
It's
be saving the planet as well.
exactly. So
It's an
then we're also
overall effect.
exactly. And the industry is going to say, wait, this is where the market is right now. Let's do more of this, not let's keep killing animals and doing it, you
Right.
know?
And for those of you who don't understand what I mean by saving the planet, there was a guy that I used to watch on YouTube all the time called Kevin, named Kevin Winder, and he had a YouTube channel which it's still up, but he hasn't posted in like a year or two now. Raw Healing Mastery, and Kevin went to Ecuador and started living in this place called, oh my God, what the hell was the name of that? Um, I forget the name of the actual, but it was a thermo. Oh God, what was that? What is that called? But what they did was they basically turned a some land in Ecuador that was being used for cattle grazing, and it was being used to feed cattle and cows and stuff. And they basically permaculture is what
Hmm.
it's called. And they basically took over this land and started replanting the fruit trees that were there originally, and started regathering retilling the soil and retreating the land for growth, because when they cut down forests and forests worth of trees just to make way so that the cattle can graze, that's what's killing the ozone layer. And then on top of it, we're injecting toxins in the air by the way of automobile emissions and things like that. So the carbon footprint, simultaneously going along with the fact that we're killing the trees, which are there to clean the freaking air. Okay. When you do both those things together, you got global warming. And so people like Kevin and, oh,
Yeah,
it
I
almost
think it
came
was
out of
said
my
one
mouth.
time that we could feed such and such million billion of people by the food that we feed the animal to make like, such and such amount of steaks. So in other words, we're taking all of our resources that, could be feeding people, and we're, taking up land, we're getting the, we're basically abusing the animals. It's just, and
And
the
we're
thing is,
abusing the land to
abusing
feed
the
the
land.
animals that we're abusing.
But you'll
How
never
crazy is
hear
that?
about this because there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of money in the meat industry. There's a lot of money in the dairy industry. So 9 times out of 10, if you see an article that's published about how, you should eat 1 egg every day, or you might see an article about how plant-based heals, and underneath of it you'll see a warning of eating too many plants can do this, and that article, if you trace it, is published or backed, or what do you call it, endorsed, or was created by somebody paying people that ended up stemming from the meat industry. I mean, if you think about it, if that's your livelihood, if you're a farmer and you take in, which there are a lot of farmers now that we're finding are switching over. Like I don't know if you guys probably know if you're in the plant-based world, but there is a lady who had her husband was actually a cattle farmer, and she went plant-based and basically turned their land into a sanctuary. Gosh, I can't think of her
Dude,
name right now.
farmers, if you think about it, farmers have it better than anybody in this day and age, because think about it. They're one of the things that they do is they grow food. So instead of, growing, worrying about the cattle, let the cattle do what they do and start focusing on the vegetables, because plant-based industries are going to need those beans to make this food. They're going to need those vegetables to make the food that people are starting to want to eat now.
And that's
So
the transition that has to happen first.
that's
I know it
the
feels
industry
like we're
they're in. They
fighting
grow
from behind.
vegetables.
We
They
are in
grow
the beginning
vegetables.
stages
Yeah.
of seeing this change. When we look back in history, like I said, we may not be around for it, but we are in the early stages of change. We are in the revolution of people changing over and getting this information out, and like people that you never would have thought. Like, who would have thought maybe, you know, I
Kevin
don't know,
Hart.
Kevin Hart or somebody like
Nick
would
Cannon also
would
owns a vegan restaurant.
even somebody that you might know, let's say, Sam. Johnson that lives next door to you, him and the wife went over to he's maybe an avid maybe he's a hunter, maybe this or that. And the wife says, "Oh my gosh, I want to try this vegan this plant-based burger they got. It's new and they're giving it away for $10 off or something for two of them or $2 off." The more we can push people and you're like, "That ain't half bad." And then the wife starts looking into it and starts realizing the benefits of it. Next thing you know, they might go to the store and buy some plant-based meat. I mean, eventually I feel like this stuff's all going to come out. I was telling Dawn the other night, you know how you keep hearing all this Camp Lejeune lawsuit stuff, and did you or a loved one take Zoocrestin in the
Or drink the water
90s
from
or
Camp Lejeune.
whatever? You could be due compensation. I feel like what we're going to see eventually is, did you or a loved one eat meat or dairy in the 19, in the 2020s, whatever? It's going to be like you could be due compensation. Like, they've already petitioned. There's a group of doctors that actually has petitioned the government to change the dietary guidelines. And they've already gotten it off that you need a serving of meat, that it now says a serving of protein. They're trying to get rid of the dairy recommendation because it's almost like a catch 22. It's like that with a lot of things, like the American Diabetes Association. If you've ever watched What the Health, or if you haven't, watch it. It's such an eye opener. We know that the meat and dairy causes insulin resistance, which when you clear that out,
I want to
it
talk about that too.
it will actually clear out the places where the sugars are supposed to go. It is actually clogging the drain, as they call it. Um, Mastering Diabetes talks about it by with Dr. Robbie. I mean, there's so
Can
many
I actually
things.
talk about that real quick before I forget?
Yes, ma'am.
Remember what I said to you earlier? That in the 2 months since I've stopped eating pizza, I
Hmm.
used to wake up with phlegm in my chest and I would have this, where I had to cough up phlegm. You know what I mean? Just for a few minutes each morning. I
And the
don't
annoying
have
woman
that
in her
now.
life would say, "That's the dairy." I'm
Well,
sure it's
thank
driving
God
you
for that
crazy.
woman because guess what? I don't have that now. And it's only taken 2 months. 2 months, and I don't have any of that anymore. Cheese is mucus. And I didn't look, and it's so weird because now I used to see like a commercial and they would pick up a slice of pizza and you'd see the gooiness and it would make me have a craving. Now I see snot. That's disgusting,
Like
but I've
Dr.
turned
Milk Milk,
mentally,
it's a
yeah.
liquid secretion from a cow. Like,
And
you might
that's
think
what
about it.
my perception is reality, dude. And that's what I'm seeing now. Now that I know the truth, I'm actually seeing it for what it actually is. And that is what it
Exactly.
is. It is mucus that
Hey,
you're
mom's
looking at.
here.
Hey, Kathy.
Thank you for coming. We were just talking about how I don't want to gross you out because I probably do want to gross you out. But um, basically, milk, and that's something I talk about all the time. Milk, like dairy products.
Yeah,
Like, if you can find the plant-based ones that are really good, which is Diet cheese, Chow cheese. I mean, we had Great Value, or wait a minute, it was like either that or Aldi brand
it was
yesterday,
Aldi's.
and we're trying Great Value tonight because it's a lot cheaper. But every place is making plant-based cheese. Like, I'm telling you, it is like, and it tastes just the same, and you wouldn't believe it. Like Hellman's vegan mayo. Look,
It actually
Mom is in
melted.
the chat. I let her try that when she was here, um, at like last Christmas, I think, and did that not taste like regular mayo? And then you and Aunt Peggy tried the Ben and Jerry's vegan ice
Fudge
cream. Like,
brownie.
if you're thinking about trying these things, they really do taste like it. Oh yeah, and I showed her the video of the cows. Like, the cows, unfortunately, like, what happens to them is they are over what is that called? They're basically artificially inseminating these cows, which is a very painful process for the cow. You should see that video. It's terrible, but they're over, populating these cows. Then they're over milking them, which when they're performing these machines on them, it's causing mastitis, which is like an infection, and then the pus is getting into the milk, which they call somatic cells. So when I hear people sometimes say, I don't want to go completely vegan, I want to go vegetarian, you should know that that stuff is coming into your milk, and that's what's causing a lot of, like, I don't really get sick anymore. Like, I didn't realize that meat is what causes heartburn and what causes um, a lot of the, like, digestive issues. I don't, you know, I don't have stomach issues. Like, randomly, everybody would think I get the flu, I get sick, and this and that. But we haven't really had a cold in like 3 years.
It's been longer than that. It's been probably about 5 years for me since I've been drinking moringa.
Moringa too, yes.
And the plant-based stuff is even crazier. And the fact that I'm not congested anymore since I stopped eating the pizza, that is nuts. I'm like, wow, this is actually crazy. Like, listen, the last piece of pizza that I ate was the piece of pizza that your mom gave me, that Kathy gave. Hey, Kathy, that you gave me at Coins. That was the last time I ate anything that was remotely close to pizza. So I'm like, it was a flatbread with, but it had cheese and it did have some crab on it, a little bit of crab. But I'm like, you know what? I feel so much clearer. And this is the funny thing. People eat meat for protein. Well, the reason why you're getting protein from the cow is because cows eating vegetables. The cow's eating plants. The true protein comes from the plant, and you get it from the cow because the cow is eating freaking grass. Cut out the middleman. Eat the plants. Forget the animal. You're getting protein because the animal's eating plants. So it's like when you get that through, and it's not easy. We're not by any means saying it's easy because we ate meat for 40 and 50 years of our lives. So it wasn't the easiest thing. But I tell you what, with these places like Gardein and Beyond, they made it easy for us to transition over into plant-based. And then if you can get into just having vegetables and go completely raw, oh, you are really killing it at that point.
Well, mom was like, sorry about the pizza. No, thank you for the pizza. She was okay with
Nah,
the pizza then. That was just the last piece, like the
it's
Last
all right,
Supper.
sweetie. It's all right. Thank you for giving me my last taste of the pizza. That was the last one that I had. So
Well, the fries you gave me were vegan and they were good. That was like they were crinkle cut. I still remember. Ooh, I made some this little creation last night, speaking of the crinkle cut fries.
I thought about it just now when you said
I
it.
saved some, so I still have some. But we took
Ah.
crinkle cut fries, um, and put on top of them the vegan mozzarella cheese and some mozzarella sauce. And I couldn't figure out. I thought these kind of taste like mozzarella sticks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
She
then
melted the vegan mozzarella
Dawn
on it, dipped it in pizza
tried
sauce.
added the, yes, they do. They have Light Life makes vegan hot dogs, and they are really good.
Throw them
We
on
had
the
them with some
grill. They
baked
taste
beans.
just like normal ones.
Mhm. Beyond Burgers. These are our favorite meats. Gardein ultimate chicken patties, chicken tenders. I love the
Tastes just
Gardein
like
crumbles.
Chick-fil-A.
That's like how I make the. You can make manwich. Like, it's not a sandwich; it's a manwich. By the way, when you were saying "wake up with phlegm," it reminded me of Runaway Bride.
I thought about it when I said it. Kathy, you should go try Gardine's Ultimate Chicken Patty. I shit you not. It is legit just like the
Beep.
Chick-fil-A patty.
I beeped out the word.
Throw a couple of pickles on there. I mean, you would swear you were eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich. It's that good. I mean, it I still, honestly, Jen, I can't believe that's not chicken. You've heard, I can't believe it's
I
not
can't
butter.
believe it's not butter. They should
I
make
can't
one.
believe that's not chicken.
I know, it's scary.
It tastes like a
Sometimes
white meat chicken patty.
I had to go check the label a couple times of different things because I'm like, this has got to be a mistake. What did you pick up?
Like the texture and everything, it looks like you're eating and feels like you're eating a chicken patty. I'm like, there's no way this isn't meat.
Yeah, like even the inside of it is like kind of,
Right.
it's almost like for most people that are just like used to eating meat, that's good. But every now and then for me, it kind of like freaks me out because I'm like, ew, this doesn't have like the veins and the vessels or
And then
anything.
don't get me wrong, don't eat too much of it either because you want to get a lot of the vegetables in. That's one of the that's the best way to eat plant-based is to eat whole food vegetables. The
Well,
the
that's what we're
plant-based
trying to
stuff is
do.
cool.
Like
Yeah.
Dawn's coming up with some crazy creations like chickpea tuna salad. She's making tuna salad out of chickpeas, which I know we saw the recipe with Tabitha, I think. But and then we made egg salad out of avocados. It sounds crazy, but she
If
did
you
it.
get black salt, it makes things taste like egg. So you throw she had some some mushroom caps where she gutted them out, put them in some pick. She had like leftover pickle brine from her pickles. She put some black salt in there. Don't put too much of it because it's extremely salty, but it gives the
It's like an
flavor of
eggy
egg.
taste. Oddly
Yeah,
enough, it's called black
smells and
salt.
tastes like egg. And anything you put on it, put it on, you end up making taste like egg. So she put some in the pickle brine and put some mushroom caps in there and then throws together some chickpea salad. Now, for me, I did avocado because avocado is more the texture of the egg yolk when you mix it up for deviled eggs. And so I put some of that black salt in there, a little bit of mustard, and some mayo. And I'm telling you, I swear I was eating egg yolk. And I put that in the mushroom. Oh my God. I was eating a deviled egg. In my
And that
mind, I was
ain't
eating
no
a deviled
yolk. It was. It tasted just like it. I even ate one and was like, "Wow!" And that's one of the things I miss because we used to have those a lot, you know, because I was a big egg person. They've got
egg.
if you don't want to make it yourself, they've got just egg, which is made from I don't know what they make it of, but it's an egg. It's like an egg beater. If you pour it in the pan and you can put whatever you want in it, it cooks up just like a scrambled egg.
Who
It
makes
pours
the
out.
breakfast sandwiches, sweetie? We found somebody
Oh
that
my
makes the
gosh.
breakfast sandwiches. Was it Beyond
Um,
or
it was
Jimmy
either
Dean?
Beyond or Morningstar. I think it might have been Beyond, but it was called maple sausage. I mean, those patties. Here's what I did because if you get Bisquick, Bisquick is vegan if you make it yourself, like the powder. If you put that, you know, and mix it with, I did almond milk, vanilla almond milk, but you can do just regular. But the vanilla made it taste like, you know, like a sweet buttermilk kind of taste, like a biscuit. If you do it with almond milk, I made biscuits, and then we got the vegan. I think we had chow or follow your heart cheese and
Mm-hmm.
those sausage patties, those little round vegan sausage patties that tasted just like a McDonald's, like chicken, you know,
Egg McMuffin.
or it wasn't the McMuffin. You can get Dave's Bread makes McMuffins, but this was like the biscuit. But it was so good. It's like I didn't know how much of that stuff I missed from being just like raw whole food for a while, but I do like trickling that stuff in now because it reminds me of McDonald's and different things and Chick-fil-A. And Mom said I would be okay not even eating anything that looks like meat because I really don't care to eat meat at all. I seen your chickpea salad. You know what?
It's
remember we
so
went
good.
camping on the way home? We got this scrapple sandwich. This was before I went plant based. I must get that from you because when we were in the car, it smelled so gamey. Like it was real thick, like the scrapple wasn't cut thin.
Mm-hmm.
It was just grossed me out, and I'm like, I think that's why I was able to stop eating meat so easily because sometimes, like, you know, even like Thanksgiving and stuff, I would eat everything else. Like mashed
And
potatoes were my
scrapple
favorite.
is exactly what it sounds like. Scraps. It's
Mhm.
like the scraps of the left the leftover whatever. I don't even want to think about it really. And I used to love scrapple.
Like we're
but
eating the inside of an animal. Like
pretty
we're the
much.
only animal that drinks the milk out of a boob of another animal. Like really, if you think about
And
it.
it's actually not meant to be.
She said,
I'll make you
"Ew."
I'll make you some chickpea salad, cat. It's so
Yeah,
good,
she
you'll
makes
love
it
it.
good. I messed mine up the other night. Mine tasted like a you ever been to like a store like a 7-Eleven or something that's selling tuna sandwiches in those little packaged goods section? Mine tasted like that
But she
mush.
cooks hers.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't smash these. They're too hard, but that's what gives it the texture, I realized. So I just cooked them for like almost 5 minutes, it seemed like. And then I started mushing them up. And then it was like, ew, this is too mushy. It didn't have that, like, tuna texture. But
But I seem to remember somebody mentioning they were getting us a food processor for Christmas, I think. So it'll be a lot easier and quicker to make it now with that instead of smashing it up by hand.
oh, Dawn is side asking for, she's side asking for stuff. Gee, I wonder which person in the chat she's saying that to. Just make sure I get that
I
makeup.
tried putting that in the NutriBullet and it did not work. I'm
Mom
like,
always
okay,
hooks
that's
us
for
up with
drinks.
everything. Dawn's
She's
asking for a
amazing.
food processor.
I'm like, oh my God. I tried putting it in the NutriBullet. I'm like, Dawn, what are you doing? This is for drinks. It is not for chickpeas. I mean, that it didn't even work. You know what I mean? Because the blades are way too big for that. It's
Is
for
that what was
drinks.
stuck to the ceiling? I'm just kidding. Random chickpeas everywhere over here.
But yeah, I sit there and I mash it up for like a good 20 minutes. I mean, I'm just beating until it's hardly any beans left in there. Instead of cooking it, you just got to mash the hell out of it.
I felt like
So,
I had more muscles after I tried to make that.
oh, yeah, it'll work you. It'll work you.
So I think, oh, and then the other thing we wanted to talk about was the peeled show.
Oh, right. It's the vegan version of Chopped.
And they make all plant-based stuff, which I think is really cool. I wish this kind of stuff could start trickling into the mainstream, but right now it's on Unchained TV, which is cool. Like if you're starting out to become plant-based, there's a couple of things that like what I did was every night while I was making my salad, I talked about this on the last live stream, I would look up health benefits of plant-based recipes, raw food, healing, whatever you want to look up, and like watch one of those each night when you're cooking. And I learned so much. And then also like these new things that are coming out now, like Unchained TV, plant based news, all of that is a way to like delve into it because sometimes you get caught up in your own world that you grew up in, and
Mm-hmm.
there's this whole new world that's opened up to you where like, I think mom, you are very creative. Like I watched what you did with like the no bread thing, so I know you could come up with some cool like plant-based recipes if you got really into it. I just already
Oh,
can picture you
definitely.
saying like, look at this, this tasted just like mozzarella sticks, or this tasted just like, I'm on some mozzarella sticks, I must want them. That's all I've been talking about.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm definitely like, not only to mention, I think I talked about the allergies and all that stuff going away, but I lost, oh man, I went from like 184 to 116 in like 6 months. We were joking about this last time, but like I was like
Mhm.
way too skinny. I had to start eating some potatoes and stuff to get a little bit.
Remember, I suggested that you get eat a bag
That
of
was
it.
the worst thing you ever told me. I ate mashed potatoes for like a year after that.
I said, honey, if you're vegan, why don't you eat some stuff that you know is going to put some weight on you, but that's still vegan, but that's like starchy and heavy, like potatoes. You love mashed potatoes, and she
You
started
did
getting
this
back
to
into
me.
potato. But you haven't gained a lot of weight back. You've put on maybe 10, 20. You are actually in your 120s, which is the weight for your height that you're supposed to be. So the
Yeah.
funny thing is, you're
I'm like
actually where you're supposed to be,
125 now, I think. 127 maybe.
and that's
Oh,
actually where
thank
you're
you.
supposed to be.
Mom said I look beautiful, but you always
You
think I look
do.
beautiful. I could look really, you know, creepy and you
You
guys would
you
say
don't
it.
have bad days. You don't have bad days.
I got these new anti-blemish wipes and they almost knocked me out. It had eucalyptus in it or something, and I literally was about to tell Dawn, I think I'm going to pass out.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about tonight? We have
Tell Brooke
covered
we
a
said
lot.
hey, and Lily and Kenny.
Yes, and tell Lily to keep playing those drums.
Yes.
She's got to come on
I'm
and
so
play.
proud of her.
Me too. She is getting so big. And then, so everybody who came on, Mom said she's the perfect weight for her height. Yes, you are. You're the perfect mom. This is the best mom if you're watching.
Ever.
Kathy Wozniak in the chat. She takes care of all of us and people who aren't maybe even her kids. 54208. You are
We're
crazy.
we're talking about Kevin Hart. She's got the biggest heart.
Yes. And the biggest sense of humor. I mean, to have like us as daughters, you would have to. But definitely thank you for chiming in. I know that you were on the road and came just to make it in time. She said, "Yes, I do." She definitely has the biggest heart.
Yes.
That is the perfect weight. I agree. 54208. I'm gonna try to aspire to get there because I'm about 5'3.5". I
Love
got
it.
a lot of potatoes I need to buy.
But wait a minute, you came down because
Dawn,
you
do
said
we
you
have
were
any
two.
Walmart
Didn't
orders
you say
in?
you were
Add me
two
some today.
fourteen? So you came down because you said 214 before, so she came down 6 pounds.
Right.
But I was hovering around there. I'm in the low 190s now. I'm trying to break out of the 190s and get down into the 180s, 170s. I was in the 170s when we moved here. I have not been that low since we moved here, and we've been here 13 years. Can you
Let's
believe
go.
we've been here
She's
13
happy.
years? I am. Can you believe we've been here 13 years?
No, I can't
That's
even believe I'm over
crazy.
13 years old. Oatmeal every morning. Oh, I used to love oatmeal, but I overdosed on it one night.
And she had a bad oat night.
I was like, I think I'm gonna eat one more bowl. I think I'm gonna eat one more bowl. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh
And
my
then
gosh.
she was at another bowl after that.
Right? And I was like, oh my gosh, who actually eats too much oatmeal? I guess there's worse things I could overdose on. It was like, you know how you're kind of full, but you think you could eat one more?
I remember. I'm like, baby, all right. All of a sudden, I'm like, you all right, honey?
That was like the last time I ever got sick, I think.
And that was like 2 years ago.
It was
That's like when
those
we first
oats.
moved in here.
I haven't even ate oatmeal since, but I think I'm ready. Oh wow, really? What is
Well,
almond?
what happened?
Oh wow, she said she has cold overnight oats. I think I heard of this. Tell me what it is again. So you soak the almonds. You soak the oats in almond milk,
Soak your oats.
and then in the morning they're just like, oh okay. So they're cold, but they get soft because you don't have to heat them.
Because they're soaking overnight. Makes
Like
sense.
the beans. Like that's how like instead of buying canned beans, it's really much healthier to take the beans and soak them all night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, soak my oats.
Yes, see, now that would be a good thing. Soak the beans and then get some dried seaweed flakes and put them in the chickpea salad. That way you're not getting all the sodium from the canned beans and it still tastes like fish because I imagine that they taste like fish because of whatever they're soaking them in.
That
So
sounds so good. Everything, just the oats, everything. I must be getting hungry.
I know I am.
What does
Time
that
for
mean?
some
Soak the
spinach.
oats all night in almond night. Did you mean almond milk? Pecans, bananas, and strawberries. Oh, you
Soak
know what
the
this
oats
reminds
and
me
those
of?
eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you?
What's that
Soak the oats.
restaurant down here, Dawn? Acai Bowls, and I mean, it's not called that, but it's called something else.
Mm,
Something Pedro's Bowls or Pablo's Bowls. I think that's
Pablo's
what it is.
bowls, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they sell like those cold bowls like that where she's got pecans, bananas, and strawberries. Dawn, you would like that as much as you like fruit. So we soak the almonds all night. I mean, soak the oats in almond milk, which I love that you're not putting them in regular milk.
One step at a
Pop saying
time.
that all the time. So we and
Oh,
then we
what?
put
Mares eat oats and does eat oats?
so did Aunt Loke.
Soak the oats and those eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. I switched it to soak the oats.
Soak the oats. I'm gonna remember it like that. And then pecans, bananas, and strawberries. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. Let's try that tomorrow. I'm ready for oats again. I'm gonna say mom
whatever,
successfully
whatever
got me. Float your oats.
floats your oat,
I
right?
knew where you were going.
Because you're in my head. We stay in each other's head. That's so great. We have random thoughts that only we know about. It's so crazy. Like she'll finish a thought that no one else could possibly finish. But it's because we tell the same jokes and we think alike. And I think it's because we're on the same wave, dude. I'm telling you. Like just now, you knew what I was gonna say. The average person wouldn't have known I was gonna say that. But because
Yep.
you know me that well, you knew that's what I was thinking.
We will say like random little words sometimes that like
At the
are
same
like
exact time.
they're like nonsense words too. Like if we're
Yeah.
watching something on TV, I'll be like, "Whoop," or something.
And
Like
we'll
she'll
both
say
do
it at the
it.
same time. I'm like, "Where did that come from? That's creepy, right?"
We'll be
Oh,
sitting there
Brooke
and out of the
said that
blue.
she guesses that you're getting hungry. It's your dinner time. Yes, it is.
You know it.
You're together 24/7.
That's
Mostly,
why we know each other like that. I mean, it's creepy. Like I'll finish it like I'll say, oh man, I don't even know an example to do because it's
mom
just
said we're
so
together
random.
24/7, hooked at the hip, soulmates. Yes, I know. We
For
have
13
separation
years running.
anxiety. Now we have different offices.
13 years running. Well, 14 technically, because we hooked up in 2008. So yeah, November we'll be together 14 years.
That means I'm older than when I started out. I don't think that's true.
What?
I'm still in my 30s. You
Oh,
sure about those years?
no, I'm not.
Mom said we're her favorite gals.
Woohoo!
I love it.
I
So,
do too.
what are you guys having for dinner? Oh, mom said she remembers the day she met you.
I do too, very well.
I
I
tell you,
remember. I literally remember the conversation we had like it was yesterday.
she was like, "What? What did she say? You like Jen?" Like, mom was already into it.
Oh,
She knew.
I remember. I remember very well. I was like, you know what's up, right? And she's like, what? You like Jen? I'm like, yeah, it's not just me though. It's mutual.
Oh, mom's gonna fix Lily some chocolate chip pancakes. Ooh,
Uh
that sounds
oh.
good. We got to find a vegan version of that for her.
Didn't
I
Denny's have vegan
But
pancakes?
think about it, the Bisquick. Try it with almond milk. I'm just
What did we
saying.
eat at Denny's one time? Was that? Oh, that was wheat. That was wheat pancakes,
Yeah, I
wasn't
don't
it?
even know if they're vegan, but Denny's has vegan fries. I know because I ordered them the other night. Every morning and every night. Oh my goodness, she's so me because of the Capricorn thing. Does
What's
she
she
like to
doing
eat
every
the
morning, every
same
night?
stuff
Oh, you're
like
right,
how I
right.
do? Like I'll go on a
Mhm.
kick where I'll eat the same exact thing. Oh, she uses water. So I didn't think about using water. Does it taste good?
Yeah, I did that before with pancake mix. If you didn't have milk,
Oh, okay. Like kind of like tomato soup. It
no,
was
I
better
wouldn't
with
put that.
milk.
I wouldn't put that in Biscuit.
No. I'm too
Tomato
hungry to have
pancakes,
that joke. Please don't. It could be like a savory, like a crepe. It'd be creepy or
Italiano
crepey.
pancakes.
It calls for water, really? What kind of pancake mix is it? The one you like pour out, or is it the one you
I've had Aunt Jemima pancake mix that called for water, like the instant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you where you didn't need anything but just put water.
How is your aunt your mama?
My aunt and my mama
Sounds
are
like
okay.
some Jerry Springer.
Is your aunt your mama?
Oh, now I'm interested. I see get it for free. Where do you go to get that? Auntyourmama.com.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we have had such great conversation.
I do
Please keep
too.
commenting any of your thoughts. If you're watching the replay of this, thank you for coming. Thank you all for who are in the live chat. We've got 4 people here. Um, so thank you for hanging on.
Awesome.
And
Thank you guys. Don't forget to smash the like button and the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, and share on all forms of social media.
from the church, got it. I am like so hungry because between the pancakes and the eggs and the chickpea salad and then the fries I was talking about, Kevin Hart's restaurant. Love you, Mom. Thank you for coming in. We're gonna go
Love you
fix our
guys.
dinner. I'll share a picture. Tell everybody we love them and thank you for coming in. Thank you for being on the stream. Don't forget, like Dawn said, to like and subscribe. We'll be here every Monday at 7 or 7:30. We are going to chow now.
Chow down. Hey, do you want to outro that I use on my show?
I would love to if I
All
could
right,
borrow
guys,
it.
we love you.
Love you.
I'll
Thank
make
you.
I'll make you
Remember,
one.
try at least Monday to not eat meat and dairy. And then if you can go 7 days, come talk about the health benefits.
Well,
We love
you
you.
going to jump from 1 to 7, then 2 and 3, But anyway, we love you guys. See you soon.
See ya.